Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Queen Suga, the sexy disabled. I'm here to talk to my stroke survivors, the stroke survivors community. I am a stroke survivor. I had a stroke. My first one was in 2012, and I lost my mobility in my left side weakness, meaning my arm and my leg, the stroke look. And I want to reach the people who've been affected by strokes, the people who are ambulatory, meaning they can walk, the people who aren't able to get up and get around but are still seeking, a new life with newfound disability. It's not easy. Of course it's not. And I'm very sorry that you went through any of it. And if you are going through it, and if you have family members who have gone through it, I'm very, very sorry. But I want you to know that there is hope, that you were spared your life for a reason, that your life is not over, that you can live a really pretty much productive life with disability. Some may be more extreme than the others, but it's doable. My stroke was when I was 42. I had 3 children. I have 3 children. At the time, the youngest was 4 years old. And had I got to the hospital sooner, I would have probably not have lost my mobility. But once I did lose my mobility, at first it was devastating. I didn't know how I was gonna ever live again. They told me that, I wasn't gonna walk again. I was gonna be in a wheelchair. They didn't say I wasn't gonna walk again, but they said that with physical therapy and a lot of strength and determination, I would walk again. I would walk with, a limp, and I'd have to have a brace and a cane and different type of apparatuses to, eventually walk. The hard work began the second day after the stroke. They stood me up and said, I thought I was never going to be able to do it, but I did. Once they stood me up, it was like, oh, okay, this is temporary. I'm going to be able to breathe through this. So my mindset was on, it was just temporary. I actually saw my mobility leave. I felt when my left arm stopped working. I went to scratch my nose in the emergency room, and I went to grab my arm and reached to grab my nose, and it wouldn't move. Yes, I had the slurred face, it was the droopy face for a couple of days, and my speech was slurred for a couple of days, but it was just for a couple of days. So I've had the experience of, not being able to speak and having the paralyzed face, like Bell's palsy almost. So I went from different extremes to different extremes with the aftermath of the stroke. And I just want everybody that's also in the same position who's, had to go through that to understand that, life is not really over. It's different now because you're disabled, but it's not over. The one thing I kept doing when I was laying in the bed for like 2 months, because I was in rehab, was thinking about what I lost. All I could think about was, how am I going to be a mother now with these young children? My youngest was 4. My son was 7, I believe. And my oldest was 10 or 11. And all I could think about was getting home to my kids. How could this happen to me, this vibrant woman who does everything for everybody? Oh my God, I ended up stroking. How? So I got stuck thinking about why, how come, how can I, this is it? This is what I did all this work in my life to end up in a bed for the rest of my life? But then that thought came in, maybe this is just temporary. Let me just fight through this. So physical therapy became like almost addictive to me. It gave me inspiration to get up and get out of that bed and to transfer into the wheelchair and make it to the gym where they have physical therapy. I live in Boston, so it was at Spalding Rehabilitation Center. And the team was amazing. I mean, at first, I was probably very moody. I was angry. I was angry for all the reasons above. And those are just the levels that you go through once you experience having, your mobility taken away. You're confined to a room. You got all these people running around trying to make you comfortable and help you understand. And then they want you to go on medications. And you have all these different things happening all day long. And when you're in a hospital setting, you get no sleep. So you're cranky. The one thing I did focus on while I was going through all of that was I have to get home to those kids. They need their mommy. No one in the world is going to do for them like their mommy does. Even with the disability, I'm still going to have to do for these kids. And I made a way. I got up every day and worked very hard to go to physical therapy. They taught me everything in physical therapy, how to use the cane, how to walk with the braces, and it was just like learning to walk again. You know the story. We start like a baby steps. And then we elevate to, being able to walk with a cane. I lived on the 3rd floor, so I couldn't leave the hospital until I could climb 36 stairs. So my stroke was November 16th, and I came home December 23rd, right before Christmas. So I was overly determined. Like, I could not let my kids go through a Christmas without me. And thanks to my family, they had a magnificent Christmas with plenty of gifts. Lots and lots of gifts. And the places who donated and things like that. So it was a marvelous Christmas for them. But, it was new. I had just got home in a wheelchair on the 3rd floor. And life was different. But the way, you have to understand everything at that point is life is still here. I'm still here, though. It's different. Yes, it's different, but I am still here. So we have to make the best of it. Find ways to live with this and have the children understand mommy's different now. And at first, I can admit a lot of people that, were involved in my life seemed to be a little angry that I wasn't the same. I don't think they understood no one could be more angrier than me. But you just deal with the situations as they come along, and you do. So that's just a little bit of a background about me. I've made it here to this place now where I am ambulatory. I walk, I cook, I do what I have to for the children, I shop, I do everything with the one arm. Because my other arm, as you can see, it's not much you could do, and I've gone through occupational therapy for years, and this is where it is still. And I've learned to live with it. My good side is my best side. It was the side that I used everything for anyway, so the Most High spared me and gave me the good arm so that I could still be productive. I still cook 4-course meals, not to brag, but it took time for me to find innovative ways to do these things. Laundry, an array of things. And I do have a personal care attendant who comes in and helps me do a few things like laundry, grocery shopping, helping me sweep and mop the house because it's difficult for me. I can't walk a long distance, maybe 20 steps at that, and I have to take a break. So I still require a lot of assistance. But what I can do on my own, I want to encourage all of my stroke community to do your very best to not get stuck in that place where you don't think you can do anything. You can do anything. You set your mind to anything. Anything is possible if you have a mindset that you can achieve it. Wishes, dreams, they come true. It starts in the mind. It was the mind that motivated the people like myself and other stroke survivors who are accomplishing amazing milestones. They do it because of the mindset. The mind is the part of the body that is free. And with my channel, I want to explore all types of different things. How to cook, how to drive, how to do all the things, like get dressed, whatever. Anybody has feedback, we'll have people come in, professionals, because I am not a professional by far. I do not have any licenses. My experience is the stroke life. And I'm bringing sexy to the stroke life. So tune in, spread the word, like, share, pass the word around to your family members that we have something for our community now. I don't know if there's any other channels that focus on people with disability, especially stroke survivors, but you have one now. I am Queen Sugar, Sexy Disabled. Thank you.